How are you looking at KD now this morning?
Well, first, let me tell you how you can't look at him.
Okay.
You can't look at him as the best player in the world, which is what I've been saying for quite a while. This is a tragic performance by him in these first two games. And we can talk about Boston's defense, and they deserve a boatload of credit, Wilbon. And Boston's defense is sensational. I know that. And I'm not going to go where where Kendrick Perkins, rather, went the other day where he was talking about KD getting punked. I'm not going there because it's impossible for me to feel that way about him. But my God, I have never seen Kevin Durant look this bad. It's not about the performance. It's not about the fact that he's 4 for 17 overall. To some degree, it's about the fact that he's 0 for 10 in the second half. To another degree, Wilbon, it's about the fact that he looked shook. He looked rattled. And I never thought I would see something like that happen to Kevin Durant on the offensive side of the ball. Certainly some nights are better than others. But we've never looked at Kevin Durant and said, my God, he looks awful. He looks like he can't get anything going. There's nothing that's working. They're all up in him. 1 minute he's double teamed. Another minute Tatum defending him straight up. And he's blocking his shot. List goes on and you crossing over and bouncing the ball off of your own foot and it's going out of bounds. He looked completely rattled. He looked completely shook. It was an abysmal, embarrassing performance by Kevin Durant. And the Brooklyn Nets are on the verge of getting swept. I can't believe that those words are coming out of my mouth. Now, I got them winning the series in 7 games. There's still a possibility, but obviously I ain't too damn confident about that right now. They're on the verge of getting swept. Swept! And I'm talking, and listen, I understand. I don't think it's going to happen. I believe they're going to win Game 3, Wilbon. But let me also say, Kevin Durant ain't alone. Then let me indict Mr. Kyrie Irving. Both of them combined to shoot 8 of 30 from the field. Just abysmal. Did you hear what Kyrie Irving alluded to after the game? Basically alluding to himself being docile. Like that, Will want to check me because your vocabulary is more extensive than mine. But docile, unenthused, lacking energy and fervor. How the hell that happened with all that time he missed?
One game.
Hold on, wait a minute. I asked the question. How that happened with all that time he missed?
It's one game. I'm not drawing this many conclusions. Here's a conclusion. Here's the only one I'm willing to draw. Those two, as great as they are, and Kevin Durant is still the best player in the game. They got harassed in the bad shooting, Stephen A. I don't care how great a player is. We saw this happen with the bad boy Pistons and Michael Jordan. Harassed, now it's not as physical now as it was then. But for today, in the context of great defense, the Celtics can play it. We saw Bird harassed into this kind of stuff by the Lakers' great defense when they had it. We saw Magic harassed into this kind of stuff when he had to play against the Celtics and great defense. This is what happens. This is basketball. It's a series. It's not the NFL. I don't need to draw 400 conclusions from last night. Here's the conclusion. They better figure out how to set better screens. They better figure out, and you mentioned this on Get Up this morning, they better figure out how to pass the basketball. You look at all those clips that we have of KD. What's going on? He is in ISO mode. That has to stop. He is not going to beat 2 and 3 Boston Celtics defenders. This defense is too good for that, and God help the Nets if Robert Williams comes back at any time in this series. But Stephen A., I think Brooklyn's going to respond. They're going to look at film. Look at these clips of Kevin Durant. Where's the ball movement? He's going to figure it out. As he says, I'm KD. Y'all know who I am. He and Kyrie will figure out with the help of the coaching staff. We've got to play better offensive team basketball than this. I think they will. I think they'll win Game 3. I don't think they're on the verge of anything. And I picked the Celtics. And I'm staying with it. And I'm saying still, Celtics in 6 games. But let's not go. I'm not ready to indict anybody yet. They had a really bad game last night. What great players and great teams do is respond.
Stephen A., let me just say something really quickly, because Wilbon brought up coaching, and you also brought up Kyrie and his energy, and I'll just say this. It is Ramadan, and from what I understand, he's fasting, and that's tough, not eating all day long, then going out there and playing during the playoffs. Like, that is real, and that can have an effect on your energy. But also, I was talking to Coach Seth Greenberg, who will join us in just a bit. We're going to get into Jay Wright with him, and he was saying that coaching appears to be an issue for the Nets. How much of that is playing a role?
You're damn right it's playing a role. Listen, we have to be honest here, okay? First of all, I respect what you brought up about Kyrie Irving because that's incredibly, incredibly valid. And we do understand that. But the point is that it didn't stop him from doing what he did in game one. So, in other words, it's an extreme from game one to game two. Wilbon's absolutely right. It's just one game. But guess what? They only got 2 left, really. I mean, you can't afford 2 more losses. So let's understand that the numbers are very palpable and they're very, very significant. It's not one of 82 games. It's one of 7. And the first team to 4 wins. And Boston's now got 2. All they need is 2 more. The Brooklyn Nets have got to win Saturday. If they go down 3-0, this series is over. And they were on the verge of getting swept, and who thought they were going to do that? Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.